It is interesting to learn about the status of women in imperial Roman society. It is extremely ambiguous and contradictory. On the one hand, the main person in the family was an older man, father, husband, older brother. They had all the power in the family, up to the point of killing wrongdoing wives, relatives, children, nephews, not to mention slaves. The wife who gave birth put the newborn on the threshold of the house. If the father took him in his arms, it meant recognition, in my opinion, a humiliating custom. The position of Roman women seems completely powerless, but it was far from it. Once the Senate passed a law allowing women to change their outfits daily and wear gold jewelry. The people's tribunes were about to veto it. Crowds of well-meaning married ladies blockaded the magistrates' houses and prevented them from doing so. It is believed that the decline of morals in Rome began with the large-scale conquests. Carthage was defeated, the Greek polities and the cities of Asia Minor were humiliated. Many young men went off to fight in distant lands with all the consequences that entailed. There, the Romans were infected with Greek sexual liberation. They were fascinated by Greek culture, took from it much and not always the best. For example, the cult of Bacchus, in which a variety of sexual perversions were encouraged and even planted. It is also worth noting that Roman girls were married off very early, at the age of 12, 13, hence the high infant and female mortality during childbirth. Sometimes newlyweds were even 8, 9 years old. Another custom that we do not understand is the renting of wives to noble citizens. In this way, the Romans improved their genealogy. In the history of imperial Rome, no woman has not stood at the head of state officially. It was categorically forbidden by law. When Agrippina came to a meeting of the Senate, it was a flagrant violation of all norms. However, many noble women had a very strong influence on politics through their husbands, sons, or brothers. Cato the Elder lamented women's unrestraint. What do you want to achieve by running through the streets, which has never happened before, obstructing traffic and shouting at men who are not your husbands? Couldn't you ask your questions at home and ask your husbands? He also wrote, "Woman is a wild and uncontrollable animal, and you should not put the reins in her hands, thinking she will not lose her way." And here is another interesting remark of the writer. Having achieved equality, women will become your masters. Let's leave on his conscience these insinuations. I in no way share his point of view. It just vividly shows the attitude of Roman men to their women. There were some writers among Roman women, but to my great regret, not a single female work has survived. During the Empire period, many women favored free relationship. The appearance of a child in them was considered bad luck, and pregnancy was artificially terminated. This was done by sorcerers, witches, part-time compilers of poisons. Their services were in high demand. Criminal punishment for abortion was introduced only at the end of the 2nd century AD, under Septimius Severus. The topic of women of imperial Rome is, in general, inexhaustible. It is the issue of prostitution and illegal wives of legionaries, female gladiators, the situation of Vestal women, property relations of spouses, the order of marriage and dissolution of marriage, and much more.